A train doesn't swerve. It doesn't slow down for mistakes. It just keeps coming. Some drivers think they can make it. Others never even see it coming. Steel versus steel, rubber versus rail, and in the end, the train always wins. Buckle up, because this ride is about to get wild. Looks like a train just barreled through something big. It's one of those moments that hits you out of nowhere. Damn, that's nasty. The SUV's left hanging on the tracks, door wide open. The train's headlights pierce the dark. And wham, it's launched like a rag doll. Talk about a rude awakening. Looks like some wild demonstration's going down. The train speeds in, no stopping now, and smashes right into that car. Hold on, was that a person or a dummy? An orange trailer is making a sweeping turn and you can just feel the tension. There she is, boom. That was nasty. What do we have here? Something big is coming. Crash. Oh my god, that is 5,000 tons of pure steel. There's no way anyone is surviving that. Absolutely no way. Traffic's stuck right on the tracks. This is gonna end badly. In comes the Mini, and just like that, it's game over. The train's been blasting its horn, but that trailer just isn't moving. Then, wham! Debris flies everywhere. That's one nasty collision, folks. The red lights are flashing. Something's coming in fast. Oh, just obliterated in seconds. The truck's in trouble, but it's too late. Loud crash as the train rips through the rig like a tin can. And there's the aftermath, completely shredded. Here we can see a large white truck moving slowly. It takes a turn into the tracks. I have no idea what he's doing. Can he hear the train? Oh my, boom! The train rips through the rig and tosses it to the side. That was absolutely brutal. Horns blaring. Get out of there. Too late. The train slams right through and shreds that truck in seconds. Those flashing lights mean stop, but this guy tries turning anyway. Wham! The train takes it out in a heartbeat. What were you thinking? The gates are down, but that minivan won't back off. The train surges in, and just like that, the Mini gets tossed like a rag doll. That's a hard lesson learned. Florida Gulf Coast is rolling in. The pickup is stagnant. Big mistake. The engine slams right into it, leaving nothing but dust. That's a brutal reminder. Never mess with a train. Lights flashing on a snowy road. Something big is coming. The truck's right in the line of fire. Bam! The CN engine plows right through. I have no idea what he was thinking. All the signs were there. The train is coming and that car is definitely in the wrong spot. Ouch! Total sandwich situation. That car's just sitting there on the tracks. And in seconds, the bright line crushes it like a tin can. That's a brutal one, folks. That car carrier is on the crossing with the gates down, and from nowhere, the bright line barrels through. Those rides are gone. You can hear the train blasting its horn. It's coming in hot. The truck's stuck, and the driver bolts. He knows it's coming. The train crashes right through. That rig is absolutely toast. Smart move by the driver, though. The car carrier's rolling onto the tracks. The lights are flashing, meaning a big one is coming. Why isn't he moving? Get out of there. Oh! Just look at how it rips through those pretty little cars. That's one brutal way to end the evening. The gates are down, and you can hear the train blasting its horn. This semi is going nowhere. The driver and a bystander rush around, hoping for a miracle. He waves desperately, but it's too late. The train smashes right through, leaving the truck in ruins. That container truck is sitting on the rails with its door wide open. You can tell the driver has bailed. This doesn't look good. It smashes the trailer and drags the cab along the rails. That semi is scrap metal. Oh my, the whole thing's on fire. Good thing the driver got out in time. The truck is dead on the rails. This driver isn't waiting around. We know what's coming. Brace, boom! The sheer power of the train drags the rig along like a toy. That is absolutely insane. The choo-choo is coming. Everyone get out of the way. That car isn't moving an inch. This is going to end badly. Oh my. Just look at how the train tosses the car to the side of the road. No effort. Well, moral of the story, don't mess with the big bad train. We have a situation here. This is not a good place to get stuck. The truck is right on the tracks and you can see people trying to figure something out. That big boy is coming in fast. Brace! Oh, just look at that. A massive explosion of grain raining down everywhere. That's one way to unload a truck, but probably not the best way. Focus on that utility truck in the distance. Not the best place to park. Here comes the train. Bam! The truck is obliterated. You can see the cloud of black smoke right there. Not a pretty sight. I just really hope no one was hurt. The train is approaching and he's announcing himself pretty loudly. Meanwhile, on the left, you can see a car charging for the crossing. Who's gonna give? Oh my. Whoa, that was wicked close. That would have been a nasty T-bone. What do we have here? The arms are coming down, but the white Jeep seems a bit impatient. Oops, I think it's stuck. He desperately tries to reverse. The arms are refusing to budge. The train is coming in hot, so there's no time to waste. What's your move? The driver's not taking any chances. He bails out of the car, and just in time, here it comes. Ooh, that Jeep is scrap metal. The train is blasting its horn. Those folks are sprinting clear. They know it's trouble. The train plows into the red Jeep, sending debris flying. No time to spare, but at least they got out in time. The truck is stuck. The train is coming in hot. Too late. Total destruction. A first-time journey turns into a first-class disaster. As the train moves down the tracks, it meets an unexpected obstacle, a low bridge that wasn't built for its height. The result? The bridge gets scraped right off, proving that not all paths are made for every train. The train's on track, but the path is blocked by boxes and construction material. What should have been a smooth ride turns into a disaster waiting to happen. When obstacles take over the tracks, nothing ends well. In a rush to get somewhere, this car ignores the barriers, getting stuck right in the middle of the tracks. With both barriers down, there's nowhere to go, and before they know it, the train comes crashing in. A deadly reminder that no place is worth rushing into. In a desperate rush, the truck driver tries to beat the train, but there's no escaping the inevitable. The train slams into the truck before it can clear the tracks. A dangerous gamble that ended in disaster, proving sometimes patience really is the safest option. The carriages rush to connect with the engine, but they're moving too fast. In a split second, they slam into the engine, causing a catastrophic collision. A reminder that when speed outweighs control, even the simplest connections can turn into chaos. When a train with too many carriages meets disaster, the truck tried to cross despite the red light, and the collision sent the train barreling off the tracks, derailing with a powerful force. A horrifying reminder of how dangerous it can be when rules are ignored. One reckless turn, one unforgiving mistake, gone in an instant. This car crosses the tracks without a second look, only to be completely destroyed by an oncoming train. No time to react, no room for escape. Let this be a chilling reminder. Never gamble with a train. You won't win. when a red light means stop, but some just don't listen. This truck with a container tries to cross the tracks, ignoring the signal, and gets hit by an oncoming train. A risky move that turned into disaster in an instant. When cars park too close to the tracks, things can go sideways fast. Watch as the train scrapes the tail light off one car. A perfect example of how a little carelessness can lead to a costly and avoidable mistake. A split-second delay, a near tragic outcome. The driver fails to brake in time, slamming straight into the passing train. Metal crunches, glass shatters, but somehow no one is hurt. A lucky escape, but a harsh reminder that hesitation on the road can cost everything. I can make it. That's what the driver might have said before crashing. The driver takes the gamble, thinking they can beat the train, but reality hits harder. The train doesn't slow down, doesn't stop, and in an instant, the car is gone. A brutal reminder that no destination is worth risking your life for. One moment, the train is gliding smoothly. The next, disaster strikes. The tracks suddenly come apart, sending the train derailing in a violent crash. A terrifying reminder that even the strongest machines are powerless when the ground beneath them gives way. What was meant to be a smooth transport turns into disaster as the carriages fall off the cargo ship and plunge into the ocean. A costly mistake that went from bad to worse in the blink of an eye. Guess some things just weren't meant to stay afloat. Snow-covered roads and a split-second decision that changes everything. The car tries to brake, but the snow makes it too late. The train slams into the bonnet, sending a chilling reminder that winter conditions demand extra caution. A close call and a lucky escape, but a lesson learned the hard way. A desperate gamble for time. The driver in the Jeep tries to outrun the train, thinking he can make it across the tracks in time, but the Jeep gets stuck. Panicking, he runs for his life, narrowly escaping disaster as the train destroys the vehicle. A life saved, but the Jeep completely gone. Some risks just aren't worth taking. It starts like any other journey until disaster strikes. The engine separates from the carriages, a wheel comes loose, and in the blink of an eye, the train collapses into chaos. Metal twists, carriages derail, and the wreckage tells the story of how one failure can bring everything crashing down. Two trains, one track, and a catastrophic collision. Coming from opposite sides, neither could stop in time. The impact is devastating as the carriages derail, throwing metal and debris everywhere. A terrifying reminder of just how quickly disaster can strike on the rails. One wrong turn and it's all over. The train engine, on the wrong track, unknowingly heads straight for an unfinished bridge. In a horrifying moment, it plunges into the river below. A catastrophic mistake, reminding us how crucial every decision is on the tracks. A disaster in the making. A cylindrical truck gets stuck on the tracks, and before it can clear the way, a speeding train crashes right into it. The impact sends its entire load spilling everywhere. Proof that when a train's coming, there's no room for hesitation. One reckless move, two trains in disaster. A truck tries to beat the train and loses, causing a derailment. But the chaos doesn't stop there. The derailed train crashes into another train coming from the opposite side, a chain reaction of destruction, all because of one bad decision. A deadly twist of fate. After the car and truck collide, the truck ends up stuck on the railroad tracks. In a moment of pure chaos, a train comes barreling down the tracks, hitting the truck with devastating force. A reminder that every second counts when it comes to train crossings. Never gamble with a train because you won't win. A car gets stuck on the tracks just as a speeding train approaches. In a heart-stopping moment, the driver escapes just in time before the train smashes through the vehicle. No injuries, just wreckage. But a chilling reminder that some risks aren't worth taking. A dangerous game with no winners. The driver, thinking they can outspeed the train, races across the tracks, but the train is faster. In an instant, the massive force slams into the car, tossing it aside like a toy. A reckless decision with devastating consequences. A race against time. A bus gets stuck on the tracks, and with the train approaching fast, the driver makes the right call. Evacuate immediately. Moments later, the train slams into the bus from behind, shaking it to its core. Thankfully, no one was hurt, but this could have ended much worse. What should have been a calm journey turns into chaos in an instant. A slow-moving train suddenly derails, and in a flash, all the cabins topple off the track. A chilling reminder that even the most controlled moments can spiral into disaster without warning. A collision no one saw coming. Two trains on the same track, and one tries to switch to the diverging track, but it's too late. Despite the effort, they still crash into each other. A devastating reminder that even with the right intentions, timing is everything on the rails. Parking too close to the tracks can lead to disaster. Watch as the train plows into cars parked dangerously near the rails, scraping them one by one. A costly mistake that could have been avoided with just a little more space. A nightmare on the tracks. The train derails, and in an instant, its wheels fly off, causing total chaos. A powerful reminder of how quickly things can spiral out of control when the train loses its grip. Even slow-moving trains aren't safe from disaster. This one derails, causing its carriages to break apart and scatter off the tracks. A quiet journey turns into a chaotic wreck in seconds, proof that even small mishaps can lead to big consequences. The wreckage is done, but the chaos never stops. Trains don't wait, and one mistake can change everything in an instant. These disasters are proof of how unforgiving the tracks can be. But this is just the beginning. Click the next video for even more shocking train crashes. Leave a comment on the moment that left you speechless and hit subscribe, because the destruction never ends, and neither do we. See you there.